It's 2023. Your friend, your teacher's niece, and even your uncle's dog is a sneakerhead. And you've just decided to step into this amazing world of sneakers. And you're a little bit overwhelmed by all these terms that sneakerheads use between themselves. Don't worry, we've got you covered. Here are some of the top sneaker terms that you need to know to get into the sneaker game. Starting off, we have DS, PADS, and VNDS. DS stands for dead stock, which means that these sneakers have never been worn and never been used. PADS stands for pass as dead stock, which means that these sneakers were probably tried on or worn once inside the house, but are almost as good as a dead stock pair, so they can pass as dead stock. VNDS stands for very near dead stock, which means that these sneakers were probably worn once or twice, and there's no major changes, scratches, scuffing, creases on the sneaker, and are very close to that original dead stock condition. Beaters. Now, all sneakerheads have a sneaker or more than one sneaker in their collection, which they're totally fine with wearing anywhere, anytime, no matter the condition, no matter the weather. And they don't really have a problem if this sneaker gets creased, if it looks a little worn out. The whole purpose of this sneaker is to be worn at all times, and that's why it's called a beater. Grails. Now, all sneakerheads have some sneakers in their collection which mean a little more than the others. That could be because of what it means to you or how expensive it is, how rare it is. These sneakers are referred to as grails. They are worn much lesser than your other sneakers, probably on more special occasions, and are your prized possessions of your sneaker collection. A lot of people only associate grails with the rarity or the value of the shoe, but I feel like what is considered a grail is totally dependent on the sneakerhead. If someone special has gifted you a pair of sneakers and it means more to you than your other sneakers in your collection, then I think it's a grail. Bricks. Now, this is a term mostly used by resellers when referring to a pair of sneakers that didn't reach the kind of resale value that they were hoping it would reach. Bricks could be sneakers that sold out but didn't necessarily go up from their retail value in the resale market, or they could also be sneakers that are easily available at the retail price. GR and limited. GR stands for general release, which means that the sneaker that is being launched is available in much higher quantities. GR pairs are launched across retailers, and since the quantity is much higher, there's a higher chance for you to cop these pairs on retail. GR pairs usually also have a lesser resale value, but of course, if this colorway is very sought after, then the prices will go up, and of course, over time, also prices go up. Limited are sneakers that are usually only launched through very select retailers, mostly which is the Nike sneakers app, and they are very sought after, made in much smaller quantities, and are usually very hyped collaborations. An example of the limited release would probably be any of the Nike and Travis Scott collaboration sneakers. LC. Now, LC stands for legit check. When you're buying a pair of sneakers, if someone says that they have an LC with them, that means that they have a legit check report with the sneaker, which verifies the authenticity of the shoe. Personally, I would recommend that you should not just depend on an LC to determine if your sneaker is authentic or inauthentic, but how to make sure that you don't get fake sneakers is something coming up in another video. The next term we're going to be talking about is GS. GS stands for grade school. You might think that these sneakers can only be worn by kids, but that's not really the case. GS sneakers are a size range that starts from UK3 and go up to UK6. And if you fit in that size, then you can definitely buy the GS version of that sneaker. There are minor differences, mostly referring to the cut of the sneaker in a GS pair, but it's more or less the same sneaker and is retailed at a lower price, and therefore usually also has a lesser resale price. So if you fit in a GS size, I would definitely recommend picking up the GS pair because you will get it for much cheaper.